Well, hello, and good evening, folks. Hey, Rodd
Oh,
Thunder, my friend. Just let me
how you
put
doing, brother?
earplugs here. Can't quite hear you. Let me put in the earphones. Make sure I can hear you.
Ah, right
Oh,
on.
there you go. I can hear you. Hey, Rod.
How you doing, man?
Doing fat. Well, I'm doing
Ah,
fantastic, Rod. But I haven't had water in well, I haven't had much water in 3 days. I think the
you and
pressure.
me both, man. You and me both.
Yeah. Oh, really? Is your
Uh,
is your pressure switch acting up?
uh, no, my beer switch was acting up.
Ah, okay. And you mean your house has had water, but you haven't had water.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And actually, I could go to, go to Extra Foods, and then they have these big, giant 4-liter jugs too. That I haven't. I've actually been sick
Oh
last
no,
couple days.
that's no
Yeah.
good. That's no good at all.
Oh,
And let me just share this. Yeah, no, what's
oh,
well,
stomach
so you've
flu.
been drinking beer instead of water? I like that recovery plan. That's
Well,
awesome.
honestly, there's some Tibetan monks who actually have a beer fast.
Really?
Yeah,
That
what
is
they do,
interesting.
what they do is like they drink nothing but beer for I think 2 weeks. I'm not for certain, but but I know it's at least a week.
I've done
And
I've done that unwittingly.
yeah, yeah, but I've really slowed on my beer drinking because I only just finished a 15 pack that I bought on Friday.
Oh wow, that's
So
usually yeah, that only usually lasts one day or two if yeah, maybe two. And yeah.
well, I think I did. Well, I didn't really have anything on Sunday. I think I had maybe one yesterday, and
Okay.
then
Hi Sashi.
uh, Saturday, Friday and Saturday. I bought it on Friday, and then had had a few then. But then, I wonder if I'm getting old and just beer is just not tasting what it used to be.
No.
Or,
No, cuz
or
no. No, cuz we're the same age, so that's obviously no, no way.
or no, you know what? I'm probably just getting probably just getting uh, moderation too. I mean, and then also too, um, I'm not
Hi
going to touch.
Suzanne.
I'm not going to touch any for the rest of the week.
Actually, an hour ago, and that's why we didn't have this stream earlier, folks. I was in a sauna with some good friends of mine, and yeah, we're. I think we're all sort of saying, yeah, we're gonna cut down a little bit, just because it's probably we're not as active this time of year, so it's a good idea to cut down. Plus, you're spending more money on Christmas and other festivities, so also eh,
Yeah.
as far as money goes, it's a good idea to cut down. But Rod, rum and eggnog, man. Rum and eggnog is my weakness. I don't have it until December, and then when December hits, rum and eggnog for Christmas, my friend. But yeah, what have you been doing? It's still fall, and that's kind of why I wanted to have this live stream, Rod. I know a lot of people are doing live streams on politics and all that sort of thing in business and finances. But if you don't mind, Rod, I'd like to discuss. And when I messaged you,
Sure.
uh, I sort of hinted at this, but it's still fall, right? For another 3 weeks. And what have you been doing this fall? And what do you normally do in the fall? What things do you look forward to in the fall, if you don't mind?
Well, now that I'm retired, I just love the fact that just the other day it snowed heavy. It hasn't all melted, but it's melted down.
Yep.
But it was just a big pleasure to be able to get up, go upstairs. Oh fuck, it snowed, and then I just went back to bed.
Okay, but so a lot of people around the world, especially those that don't live in Canada, might think snow is associated with winter, but not where we live. Your first snow is almost always, because fall goes until December 21st. You almost always get snow in fall, right? And that's how you can more easily track the deer and the animals and so forth, right?
Yeah, we do. We didn't actually get any snow though until again earlier this past weekend, I think it was.
Okay.
Because
I say
which
hello to Kronos, and Rancor Steve is
hey,
in the chat. Hey, Rancor Steve and Kronos, both.
hey,
Howdy.
hey, old man bird. I'm just taking a break. Also because like, ugh, stomach flu. So
Oh no. No fire, no Kronos. We're in the middle of a snowstorm, buddy. Now I believe me, I can make a bonfire in a snowstorm, but it's a lot more effort, and it's a lot more cold. Yeah,
yeah,
it's snowing. We've got probably 5 inches on the ground already, 20 centimeters, I'd say.
yeah. Hey, Rancor Steve. Yeah,
And
missed you
Rancor,
there.
yes.
Nice. Yeah, no, no, it's just nice to be retired, and
Yep.
I've started shopping for a truck already. Um, I have a preference for well, my brother ruined the Chev Silverado. Well, in fact, the Chev brand, and since GMC is more or less a slightly offshoot of them,
Pretty much the same, yeah.
yeah, I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I want to get the same truck, and then I just like, and I've been shopping around, and I want me a Ford F-150 Raptor or a Tremor.
Yeah, I was never a big Ford fan. However, I think the maybe they are more reliable than I thought, and parts are easy to get. They are everywhere. And no, old man bird, I don't need water to put. If the fire gets too much, the fire pit is completely surrounded by 6 inches of snow or 5 inches of snow. So there's no. Although I don't. That is a good point. If the house did catch on fire right now, we have no water. I do have two big fire extinguishers and a getaway van. Geez, I better remember to throw the tannerite outside, though. Holy shit! No, that you know what? Fire doesn't explode tannerite, does it? It needs an impact. A 22 shell won't even set off tannerite. You need like a higher power rifle for that.
Huh.
Yeah. And do you mind reading our friend Sashi,
Yep.
who's here all the way from the other side of the world in
Yeah.
Malaysia?
So she says, I cut back on social drinking because I have a high tolerance for alcohol.
All right.
Corralling my drunk friends was like herding cats.
Mhm.
And
Been there,
I
done
think
that.
I think my tolerance is slowed in the last few months. And then
Oh,
maybe, but then like you said, maybe it might just be the winter.
I think
I
so.
mean,
Hi,
because I
Carla. Hello, Carla.
yeah,
Well,
so I
yeah, the
used to just
winter changes our whole body, my friend. Absolutely.
yeah.
100%.
I mean,
Tolerance to cold.
I used to just pound them, but I mean, like, I think that's the other thing. I've just gotten so that I mean, I don't want to get that silly, I mean, because yeah, when I was like last summer, I was grabbing 36 packs and pounding them all night. You know,
Wow. That would last me 2 days at least.
yeah, it probably would last 2 days, but like but that's the thing, and then like you get so much, and then all of a sudden the days are a blur, and then you're like, what the fuck happened yesterday? And then all of a sudden you have a couple of friends, hey, so did you, did uh uh so did you get what I asked for? I was like, what?
You're going to have to remind
And
me.
then so yeah,
Hi,
no,
Susan
and
Dolan.
yeah, and then this is also why I've stayed away from rum. I might actually get some Cuban rum and
It's good with eggnog, I got to say.
yeah, and eggnog. But I mean, like again, I mean, yeah, you don't want to use the hard stuff because the hard stuff is the stuff that really knocks you out.
Well,
And
that's
then
true. So it's like you just add a shot or two to a whole glass of eggnog, and it's pretty filling. And that's the wonderful thing about rum and eggnog is,
yeah,
um, if you don't mix it strong, eggnog is filling, sort of like drinking Guinness beer. Like I've never been able to get drunk on Guinness beer because it's so filling. And the same with eggnog, unless you're mixing like triple rum and eggnogs, and then that's a different story.
oof,
And Suzanne Dolan, Rod, is speaking to you. She says,
I see.
don't feel too bad, Rod. I lost my taste for beer after I turned 21, so I quit drinking beer and booze then. Well, how?
Hey,
Susan
hey,
Dolan, that is,
congrats, way to
yeah,
go.
that is self-control, Susan Dolan. And Kronos is saying it feels like winter is here. Yeah. But now, Rod, you're saying the snow's melting around where you are, so maybe it doesn't look so much like winter right now, right?
It's actually, I am looking it up.
Age is a frame of mind. You're friggin' right about that, Kronos, my friend. I
And
will
it's only
second.
it's 2 degrees here.
Oh, 2 degrees above zero. So perfect. Yeah. Cats can be hurting if you have stinky fish. That's lure. Yeah, I don't know if it's. Yeah, maybe that's. Well, like you're hurting them by slapping them with the stinky fish.
Hmm.
'Cause you heard them. I get the impression you're behind them, coaxing them. Now, if I guess you can maybe lure them with stinky fish. Yeah, yeah, maybe. But now, what this fall, Rod? Have you? I mean, we haven't had snow. It's kind of been late. A
A
warm,
late winter,
late,
late
late
snow. I
winter
mean,
here. Yeah, which is good because for hunting, I don't want it to be like -3 outside. But what have you been
yeah,
doing this fall? Have you been taking advantage of the weather?
I've just been enjoying my time off. And like I said, just you know, and fighting with my landlord, but we made up again.
Good,
So
good.
yeah,
Ooh,
which is good too. I also offered to raise my rent to
that'll
because
help.
I was paying 560, and then
Yep.
I decided, you know what? Because at one point, yeah, I was looking for other places. And I
Right.
looked and I'm like, man, I'd be paying like $1,000, 1,200, So then I turned around and then like
Why
after a
don't I
couple of
just move
days,
you across?
yeah, well, after a couple of days of talking, of not talking, then going upstairs and dude, I don't want to leave. Yeah, and dude, I don't want you to leave, and all that. We just kept talking. And I said, you know what?
Good,
Listen,
good.
I want to chip into this house, and I'm going to buy him a fire pit next summer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, all the blocks, and um,
Well, that means we can have
dude,
bonfire streams together. That
and his
means we can
house,
do bonfire streams at the same time.
yeah,
Synchronous uh,
yeah,
bonfire live streams. That'd be
yeah,
fun. Hell yeah.
and and then also, well, his house needs some work. I mean, like he's got a terrible bathroom. The bathroom's kind of sort of, it's not broken off, but like it's just barely holding together, and like
Right.
I told him, like, look, man, I want to help fund your new toilet. So like, and then so here's an extra $500.
I had a nickel for every time
So
I said that.
yeah, so I'm not, well, no, I raised my rent to 1,000 because I think it's only fair. I
And,
mean, if I
and,
was,
and that smoothed out everything. Like there's no ill will or anything. That's good, man. That's awesome.
oh yeah, no, and like,
Just by
yeah, and
talking it
then
out like
yeah, and
adults.
then yeah, and then he lets me keep to myself too. So like,
Good.
which is good because I sometimes would sneak some beer out in the back. I'd
Oh
have
yeah.
to have I'd call Easy Ride Taxi to
How
and then
nice.
like and then they'd go out they'd meet me in the back alley and then I'd sneak in, go down the side door.
Hmm. You've never had eggnog, Kronos. Where, where, like, even people in Tasmania. Shout out to Molecular Arts. Even people in Tasmania know what eggnog is, my friend. So,
Hail,
uh,
Miskatonic Madman, yeah, and Old Man
fish can
Bird.
smell. Oh, Carla Burton, what shirt am I wearing? I will show you momentarily. Um, Why isn't this? There it is.
Oh, I got a shirt you need to see. Hang on.
Dungeons and Dragons, Carla. And see, he's got a. That's a 20-sided die. See, because it has a 20. That's a 20-sided die. I carry one with me in my backpack. I am a dungeon master, and I have been one for many years. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons since, I want to say 80. I was in love with Dungeons and Dragons before I was in love with girls. Yeah, I am a nerd. Absolutely, Kronos. Now, Rod, have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? Because speaking of the fall, that is excuse me, growing up on the East Coast, the weather turned shitty. That is something we would do when I was in high school and university growing up, was come inside and play Dungeons and Dragons in the fall. How about yourself? Have you ever played?
No, I have, maybe a long time ago, but I was more a video game fan. I mean, I played Advanced D&D on the Intellivision, but...
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes, that was... And you couldn't really see where you were going until like you came up upon it. Like you had no long range sensors at all. It was great. Yeah, D&D.
And this
nice.
just came today.
Oh yeah. Never 51st anything. I can't read. Oh, here, I'll make you big. Hang on. Let's make Rod big. Maximize. There we go. Never Canada stays free. Never 51 Canada stays free. Nice. That is awesome.
Yeah, I got it from
the shirt. I'm not sure I believe that, Rod, but I do like the shirt. I do friggin' like that shirt. Now, we'll never become a 51st state. Nah, not a chance. We might be a couple of different countries, because the East Coast are kind of, I don't know if you noticed, man, but the East Coast is kind of crazy.
It's not just
I used to be one of them, man.
Yeah, I believe it. I'm also, I don't know if you've been following, but then like we've been making deals left and right. We just India, we just made a call, made a deal with India. China wants us to remove the tariff on their cars, and which we only did because America did. And then
but they're tariffing us a lot on whatchamacallit.
That was just no. Well,
canola.
This is what I'm. No, this is my point. They said if we remove their electric car tariff, they'll remove our canola tariff.
Okay. However,
so
I don't mind Chinese EVs coming into Canada as long as they meet our safety standards. That's a must.
You know what? Oh no, I totally. Hey, dude. If you're not aware, those are actually the highest selling electric cars in the world.
Yes, I know. I know they are the highest selling because of their population, but I've also been watching a lot of them. Their safety standards is not some.
I don't know.
Some of them, bribery is a thing amongst with the safety inspections and therefore. But as long as they meet our safety standards from any country, no problem. Rod, do you mind reading this about cats? Because you love cats.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Susan Dolan says, I bring out a bowl of cat food and I don't have any problems rounding up my ferals.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Rounding up my ferals. Most of the time they're on the porch waiting for me in the morning. Yeah.
Are you talking boyfriends or cats? Is she talking boyfriends or cats? Oh. Is that Princess?
That's Queen Alessandra.
Queen.
And
it wasn't Princess, right?
It's been a couple
of years since I've seen her.
Yeah, she hasn't been well lately, and I'm getting worried. She's eating, even though she's skinny, and she's got a sniffly thing that I've been giving her antibiotics for every day.
Oh, okay.
And I hope she comes out of it. I mean, like, if it's time to say goodbye, it's time to say goodbye. I mean, 18
How
is a
old is Queenie?
18 is a really
Wow,
wonderful time, you know, and like,
18. Now, does she like the snow? Does she go out in the fall?
oh no, 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 she's definitely she's fully become a house cat.
Did she used to go outside
Used to. I actually used to walk her, actually.
on a leash or no?
Yep, on a leash.
Wow. How many years has that been?
Mm, at least 10.
No kidding.
But
Wow.
but
Okay.
this, well, and my other cat Bella at the time too.
Thanks, old man bird.
The
Thank you.
biggest,
I need
the
more
big,
watch hours.
the the biggest time, the biggest time that you are, the easiest way to teach cats how to, walk on a leash. It's
Hmm.
simple.
Yeah.
First of all, don't get a collar. Get them a harness, because then then you're not choking them. And then the other key is take them outside and then just let them walk around.
Right.
And like, and you they will absolutely I mean, they got to the point where, like, anytime I put the harness on, they were instantly, oh, and they just started purring.
Right. And
Because
they like, yeah. No
yeah,
kidding.
because they knew they were going somewhere to explore.
She's not
You
scared
know?
of the harness at all.
No, not at all.
Hi, Tiger
Well,
Stripes. Tiger
yeah.
Stripes in the chat. Now,
Hey, Tiger Stripes.
you know, I thought that was Eddie Munster, but that's not Eddie Munster. Eddie Munson, Master of Dungeons.
Hmm.
Are you familiar with that, Rod? You're probably more of a literary person than I am. Does that ring a bell with you?
And no, literary man. And like when I was younger, I was a huge gamer.
Yeah.
I'm not so much
Munson.
anymore.
Don't know who
It's
that
weird.
is.
I mean, like my PlayStation, I really just use my PS5. I just use for watching movies. Because I've got the one with the disc drive. You
Oh,
know,
nice. That was a good character.
and yeah, and of course I got an Amazon Prime. So and then I've just been binging on YouTube because
Same
oh,
here. That's all I watch, really.
yeah,
Oh,
because
here's a
my
question. Oh,
because
sorry.
my
Go ahead.
yeah, because my, well, I mean, I said stomach flu, and I went to the store and got them some cat food, but
Yeah.
then I realized, oh fuck, I forgot to get ginger beer.
Now there are ginger beers that have alcohol in Australia, but there are
Yeah,
also
but
ginger beers that don't have alcohol, and I'm assuming that's the ones you're talking about.
yeah, they're ginger soda, really, and
Right.
like,
Yes. Yeah. Those are good. You know.
then not only are they good, but they're the number one thing for stomach flus.
No kidding. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can find them at No Frills or Superstore or wherever, whatever
I
the
like the
you know.
ginger beers. Have who makes ginger beer? It's in Queensland, Eastern Australia, right above Brisbane. I think they're just north of Brisbane slightly. It's called Bundaberg. Bundaberg is a famous rum in Australia. It's a lower, well, it's okay, but
Oh
they
my
make
God, no, no,
ginger
no! It's
beer.
not. It's not. And it's up here now. You probably knew that.
Bundaberg is okay, but I think it's nothing compared to Bumbu. If you've Bumbu rum or
Okay,
Florida
okay.
Caña
Well,
from Nicaragua. Uh, but
hmm,
my point is Bundaberg. They're famous for rum, but to what you were saying, Rod, they make a really good ginger beer, both the alcoholic and non-alcoholic, and they're
yeah,
delicious. They really are.
yeah.
So my question for you, Rod, was, and Old Man Bird is bringing it up. We're chaotic good druid. He's speaking Dungeons and Dragons language right there, and I played a chaotic good cleric, Old Man
Huh.
Bird. But I wanted to ask you, Rod, if you were a and Dragons character, what alignment if you're familiar with Dungeons and Dragons? what alignment
Mm,
would you be? And uh, uh, they have lawful, neutral, and chaotic. And then a subset of each of those is uh, uh, good or neutral or evil. And
oh, okay. No, I'd be neutral.
I think I'm chaotic neutral. I'm not neutral straight up. I'm like more chaotic neutral. Chaotic good, depending, depending on the
Yeah,
depending on the day. Chaotic good, but also chaotic neutral. But
yeah.
I did like. I really did like the Dungeons and Dragons, and we didn't have the little figurines. We had books with great illustrations,
And
and
cards.
no, there's no cards. No, just books with our imaginations and a pad of
Oh,
paper,
oh, wait, wait,
and
wait. Yes, yes,
and
yes. And the dice
our imagination, my friend.
and the board, right?
Nope. This was all in our heads. No boards. Nope. Someone
I don't
had
remember.
the dungeon
I actually
master.
don't know. I remember some of the older, or some of the newer ones in the '80s had boards.
Oh well, you had a dungeon master's screen, which was a fold out chart, and it would have all the it would
Yeah,
have
yeah,
all
that's
the
right.
statistics on it. But the dungeon master would draw a dungeon. They would make their own dungeon using the books and all the
Yeah,
resources that you have, like different kinds of traps and different lists of monsters and all their statistics. But you'd make your own dungeon, and
yeah,
you were as players you weren't allowed to see the dungeon. The dungeon master would have it behind his screen, and the dungeoneers, the players, would have to sketch in and all agree on how to like draw a map as they're going, and
right,
it, it's sort of like your explorers and going through the day. It was fantastic. But a lot of it was
yeah,
imagination. But the books had a lot of different creatures and different ideas for that. They would give you examples for dungeons and so forth. And I got to
right.
say, Rod, my niece who's in her teens now, but she all of her own. I lent her my books, and over a weekend, she made a dungeon that we are still playing a year later, and it's a lot of
Holy
fun.
crap!
Yeah.
Wow, huh, nice.
Do you mind reading this from our friend Miss Catonic Badman, who's
Yeah,
played Advanced Dungeons and Dragons as well? Excellent.
yeah, yeah. Miss Catonic Madman says love D&D and the great and Dungeons and Dragons in grade school, and second edition advanced D&D in high school.
Yup, that's all the geeks, all the nerds would sit around the table and play Dungeons and Dragons. And I didn't do it in high school, but I did it afterwards in high school. And my character was a cleric, and so they're part magic and part warrior. And the dungeon master, my friend, had the great idea, dumb idea. Um, Whenever our character would drink a potion, we had to drink and he made these mason jars with food coloring from his mom's cooking supplies. And so, if you wanted to drink a potion, you had to drink an entire fucking mason jar for your character to drink
Yeah,
and use it. And sometimes you use like 6 potions in a battle, man. And
yeah.
it was just a horrible idea. I'm surprised we didn't puke. That was just a terrible idea.
Oh, look at
Shot.
this.
Oh,
Oh
what?
no, not the cheers. Um,
Gals are wearing shirts. Yeah, they do that. Oh, Rod's. Well, Kronos. It's legal in Canada. A little bit of my friend's homegrown actually. And cheers to you, Kronos. I do actually. I would like to cheers you,
yeah,
Rod, as well. Kronos
stupid.
is saying cheers. This is of course our friend Gil Bavel
Yeah,
Cardinals in.
yeah,
Cheers.
nice. Oh, look at this.
Ooh, what do you got? Ooh, no shit, Miskatonic. Miskatonic Madman in the chat that Rod just put up says, I met Gary Gygax at a convention many years ago who signed a bunch of my advanced Dungeons and Dragons books. Fantastic. Holy, what do you mean
That's
a bunch?
awesome.
Like, how many did
Wow.
you have, dude? And are they different ones or? Yeah, because you'd have your Dungeon Master's Guide, your Monster Manual, which would have examples of all kinds of monsters.
Yeah.
And My niece has the books right now. Otherwise, I'd show you. But the illustrations they sparked your imagination, Rod, like full color,
Yeah.
and they had descriptions of what the monster was like, and they had many different kinds. It would blow your mind how creative it is. Um,
By the way, did you
Hello,
know?
Susan Dolan, and who else was in here? There we go.
Yeah.
That's who I was looking for.
Yeah.
Tyler Dallas Day, just popping in to say hi. He's a friend of
Good day,
Red
sir.
Steve. Good to say. Well, he's a friend of
Yeah.
mine too. Hey, Tyler, this guy
Yeah.
is hilarious. I'd love to have him on a stream sometime, Rod. Tyler
Sure.
is friggin' hilarious. He's a good dude.
Yeah. Um. By the way, did anybody see Gary Gygax on? He appeared on one of the last Futurama movies, and
I
then he passed away not
Yeah,
long after that. But it was really cool to see him on there,
I've
and
seen
like
clips.
he was
Yeah,
play he was playing himself too.
yeah. I think I've seen a clip about that. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
D&D is Dancing with Dragons. Yes, that is what D&D stands for, Kronos. Yes. Cat Spidey, says Susan Dolan. Oh, wow. No, I'm 10 minutes behind in the chat. I apologize. Let's catch right up here. 10 minutes behind is no bueno. Do you mind reading Sashi, please, from Malaysia?
Yeah. Oh, good. This is absolutely, yeah. See, anyway, Sashi 4440 says one of our local car makers just introduced an EV. You have to sign a 9-year fucking lease on the battery. No, thank you.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Man, that
and you know what?
that's
I don't think. I mean, electric cars are They're gonna. They're not gonna be popular. But I mean, They're gonna stay out there. But I mean, like,
I think so. There is a market for them. Yeah.
but they're not gonna get rid of the gasoline engine.
No way. No.
No.
No, not it's just been too the gasoline engine has that's possibly the internal combustion engine is maybe one of the most culture changing, society changing, species changing invention, that along with writing uh, of our of the last millennium easily. I mean,
Yeah.
gasoline engines, think of how they do everything. Agriculture, aren't everything without the. But I think there is a market. You're right, Rod. I had an electric scooter in China a couple of times, and I've had I don't know I've never had an electric car, but our good friend in the chat, and he knows who he is. He let me drive his Prius, and they're a hybrid. And you know what?
Yeah.
The electric motor, man, do they ever have? Well, they've got torque as well, but the hybrids, the about the Prius, the range is incredible, and the all electric motors. I don't know if I'd use them in Canada, but they've got torque. I'll tell you what.
Oh, I know they do. But I mean, like, I don't. Yeah. I can't. Again, I can't see them
Wow.
functioning in like -30 and -40 weather.
No, not
You
gonna
know.
not gonna happen. And I'm a little
You
worried
know.
about catching fire under my ass, and then the door handle's not opening or some
Oh,
silly
totally.
shit like
And
that.
then
Oh, Susan
and
Dolan had a
then
cat that lived close to 20 years, Rod, before she
nice.
started going downhill.
Oh,
Excellent, Susan Dolan.
yeah. But just another
Matrix.
quick thing about electric cars. Also, is that rumor has it that the police are working on a device so that if they want to pull you over, they can just zap you, and then it shuts your motor off.
Well, I didn't think we were gonna go there, Rod, but holy fuck, that is straight out of iRobot. You're damn right, or whatever other futuristic movie you want to watch. And
Yeah.
what's to stop them? You don't think they would do that? Of course they would do that. And some people would
Fuck
welcome
yeah.
that, and some people would vote for that, Rod, because well, I don't want a bank robber getting away, but yeah, what if the government is not agreeing with your political views and wants to do it to you. You know, like, yeah, no,
Yeah,
uh,
like they did with
lemon
the
pie.
truck bank accounts.
Well, exactly.
And
If they're gonna debank people, they will definitely. Uh, uh, what if you're trying to say snitch on the government and expose certain COVID documents or whatever else, conspiracy with China documents, and they can shut your card. And that's a little bit out there, but they will do it. Absolutely, they
no,
will
you're
do it.
right. And I've actually been thinking about
A lemon pie.
doing that, removing not of at least a fair chunk of money, you know, out of my bank because just
Mm.
I mean, just that. I mean, just the idea that your bank account could just get frozen overnight, like
It's
like
scary, man. Well, I did that today. I paid rent, so almost all of my bank is gone. Lemon is here.
well,
You're darn right. Lemon is here. Well, I don't know, Rod. I've been looking at the prices of gold, and holy crap, is gold and silver, both of them going way up. I didn't know it takes like 1,000 kilograms of silver just to make a nuclear power plant, and there's like dozens of them being planned and built
hmm.
every year. I didn't know you needed silver to make a nuclear power plant, but apparently you do. Yeah, ginger ale is good,
Do
Kronos.
you
Oh yeah,
really?
I'm still
I
behind
never
on.
heard that.
We're 10 years behind on the chat here. Well, look into it.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Okay.
It's one of the rabbit holes I've been wanting to go down, Rod, and I haven't made it there yet. But
No, me too. I'd like to.
yeah.
By the way,
Howdy,
one other, I wanted
five
to
star
mention this
commander
earlier. I
Bundaberg.
wanted
Yes,
to I wanted to mention this earlier. Did
Bundaberg.
you know that Henry Ford had come out with a hemp powered car?
A hemp powered car? No, I did not.
And not only
Oh,
hemp, and not only hemp
good
powered,
car.
it was made of
Hemp
hemp
powered.
plastic.
Do you,
Yep.
like you? Can you just throw the leaves in your gas tank, or you got to refine it down to like
No, no, no.
an oil?
Canola oil,
No
you know,
kidding.
or not
Just
canola oil, or
hemp oil.
hemp oil. And
Oh yeah, I smoked some of that last week, man. That was awesome.
and
God,
yeah, no. Well, no,
jealous.
no. See, the whole reason why Henry Ford was doing that was he wanted to take the power. He saw what was happening with the future, and he wanted to take the power away from oil companies.
Oh right.
Especially J.P. Morgan. So
Okay.
he
That's
created it.
interesting.
He created a hemp powered car. Look it up on YouTube.
Well,
He's pounding the plastic, the hemp plastic with a sledgehammer, and it doesn't make a dent.
oh
And then
wow.
the other
Well, the
and then the
clothes
other
last
re-
a long time,
and
right?
well see and then the we'll see and then the other reason again, like I said, he'd be taking the power away from the oil companies. This was his
Mm,
eventual plan,
so
because
true.
what would happen is that farmers would be farming hemp, and then they make hemp oil, and then there's your fuel
Right.
for your truck or car.
Right. Hmm.
And again, the whole reason behind that was also, like, again, to just like get rid of the oil barons out of there, out of the fucking richest, like that's, which is funny because this was when Henry Ford was still a hero.
Right. Well, he was a hero. Yeah, that for
Yeah,
quite a while, but
it was
uh,
in his final
ever
years
since
that
that.
he kind of became the the he kind of became the enemy that he was rebelling against.
Hmm. That's yeah. That you know what? I haven't had a chance to I know there's at least one movie biography of him that I would love to watch, but I haven't had time yet. It's on the list. But he was a very interesting man, and, and he had ties to all kinds of interesting and nefarious people around the world, didn't he? I think. What was
Yeah,
he?
well, as I said, it was less of that, and he became more. He started in his final years. He became more of a capitalist, and a lot more. Well, he didn't want unions. He didn't want.
Hmm.
He did. I mean, he just wanted to just pay his workers and not have to pay them union fees or anything like that.
Yeah,
Because
as long as you
there's a
pay them
businessman.
fairly, there's no need for, if you have a great boss, there's no need for a union if as long as they treat you fairly. And
Yeah,
yes, Miskatonic Madman, those exactly were the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons books that I own and am familiar with. The Monster Manual, which gives you it's an alphabetized
yeah,
book of all the monsters. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them, because I know they have one, like a second edition Monster Manual and more, the Dungeon Master's Guide and the Player's Handbook, which is how you develop your character. You figure out what
yeah.
if you want to be a fighter or a cleric or a magic user or a thief.
Right, right, right. Okay, now I'm remembering.
Yeah, you don't have trouble with
Oh,
cannabis? No, neither do I. Absolutely not. You
holy!
love
Look at this.
pinballs. Wow. Sorry.
Look at this.
Oh,
Sashi 4440 says, I also don't know how well an EV would function in Malaysia. We often get flooding with all the rain we have. Yeah, see?
ooh, that would short some of them out, and then it's on fire.
And they've already shown that actually in Florida. People have been
Yeah.
driving
Yeah.
Teslas and then, like,
Now,
they've, they're
have you,
useless in the rain.
Rod? Have you ever driven a diesel vehicle?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm a farmer.
Right. Okay. So
So,
diesels. I had a diesel snowplow truck once, and a Chevy actually, a 6.2. And the beautiful thing, anyone that's never owned a diesel, they don't have spark plugs, right?
no,
The gas, the fuel ignites, the diesel ignites through pressure and heat, and so
it's
there's no
shot
spark plug
directly into
wires.
the cylinder. Yeah.
There's no distributor, so it's a mechanical fuel driven engine. So point being, speaking of floods and rain, you can drive a diesel through a friggin' puddle and almost immerse the engine in water. And because there's no electrical really, to run the spark plugs, it'll take a lot more water and flooding than will a gas engine. And when I had that diesel snowplow truck, Rod, I used to have to go out in heavy
Mhm.
rainstorms back on the East Coast in Fredericton, and
Yeah.
because sometimes we'd get huge, massive puddles under bridges and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
and ponds, and I'd have to go pull my friends out of because their
Hmm.
cars would stall or their trucks would stall. But diesels are the way to go for rain
Well,
and flooding.
and it's not just that. I've also seen like diesels. What they have was the air tube that goes
Oh,
up
the
the side of the
snorkel
cab.
in
Yeah,
Australia, yeah, and they can like cross like water coming right over their hood in
yeah,
Australia as long as they have the snorkel to feed oxygen to the engine.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. Ooh, the only Bundaberg we have here is the ginger ale and lemon drinks. Well, those are good ones, lemon or
Uh,
Sashi. I don't think we have any here. No, not on my neck of the woods anyway. Do you mind reading this about cats from our friend Susan Dolan?
oof. Okay. Susan Dolan 9543 says, if your cats ever catch chlamydia, that crud around their eyes, get some API fin and body cure. It's a fish antibiotic and it cures eye problems in fish. Works wonders in cats just as well.
I'll be damned.
I will keep
Oh,
that in mind.
did not know that. Thank you, Susan Dolan. Well, you are what you eat, and cats eat fish, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess. Uh, Susan Dolan says if they don't, orange, grapes, and lemons, limes have seeds, then they've been genetically altered. Really? Well, that would kind of make sense, I guess, because limes would have
Yeah.
to have.
Yeah.
That variant has seeds. Well, yeah, because it's a lime that maybe hasn't been genetically modified, Sashi. Yeah.
I'm
Good
glad my
news. You
landlord
all
guy
rock,
made it
Miss
up.
Kronos. Thanks, Kronos. The chat does rock. Thanks for being here with us
Yeah.
on
Thanks,
this
guys.
Monday night. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to, as I said, getting me a Raptor, and then I just want to drive across Canada and see this great country.
I've driven across it 3 times, Rod, and it is bigger than you think. Let me tell you.
Oh, I know it is. I know it is.
It's
I'm a truck
huge.
driver, man, and
Yeah, it's awesome. The Nissan
Yeah.
Kicks, Sashi. I don't know what. I'm not familiar with the Nissan Kicks. Is that like a sidekick type? Like
No, it's a small SUV.
oh, okay. Yeah, torque. Torque is important, Kronos, if you want to spin the tires and burn the rubber off your car. It has a 1.2 liter engine that works as an electric generator. Okay, that's cool. 1.2, it'd probably extremely good on fuel. And do you mind reading this from our friend Miskatonic?
Yeah. I'll wait for the thorium battery car when Miskatonic Madman says I'll wait for the thorium battery car when they figure out the pesky radiation problem.
Yeah, that is a bit of a problem. Yeah. And just heavy metals as well. You can get poisoning just by the fact that it's a heavy metal. And Lemon Pie says in the thumbnail you should have put the caption as slack jawed. Yeah, because Jesse
Hmm.
Ventura was from Commando was in the thumbnail. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Rodd Thunderheart and I are men, and we're talking. Well, we're just talking man stuff. But so
Yeah.
what else? So speaking of man stuff, and speaking of fall, because we that was the intention is to talk about fall. Um, I have been busy this last week, Rod, hunting, and I managed to get a 3 point buck, and managed to get it with one shot. Boom! Right through the
Nice.
organs, the heart. Not well, the heart was untouched, so I still have the heart in my freezer and the liver, but the lungs just completely. Yeah, killed him pretty much instantly, and I was able to skin it and process all the meat, which is now mostly in my freezer, and I've been eating it for the last few days. But yeah, what a that is another thing I really like about fall is a lot of animals are out and about, and
Mhm.
I don't kill all of them. I do enjoy actually just watching the animals that are small and the squirrels are especially out this time of year. The chipmunks, lots of birds are still out. Um, yeah, beautiful, beautiful time of year
Yeah.
for animals and nature in general. Do you get to go out in the trees much where you are, or in the woods
You
at
know,
all?
well, I'm on the south end of Leduc now. So, like, guess what? When I was doing my run, not about a month ago, I was doing my run. I saw two red foxes.
Ooh, I don't think I've ever seen a red fox in the wild. Nerds do rock Chronos. Wow, two red foxes. Do you think they were brothers or male and female? This time of year, probably male and female.
Yeah, probably. They
Yeah.
they were
She's,
they ran across the highway and
I need tacos.
across 50th Street, and I was just whoa, I couldn't. I got my camera up, and I got a hazy picture of them both, but
Okay.
still still pretty cool, and that's a sign too, by the way.
Oh yeah. What's that?
Yeah, if you see foxes, that means you're getting a visitation and a spirit animal, and
Ah,
it means that changes are happening in your life, and be prepared.
no. Well, hey, if life didn't change, it'd be boring, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, and I
Okay.
never mentioned this. I was going to mention this earlier.
Yeah.
Um, uh, I put up money for a native pipe healing ceremony on Saturday.
Where's that taking place?
It's at Poundmaker's Lodge in St. Albert.
Wow. Holy cheese, Rod. That's how many people will come to that, do you think?
Oh, quite a few. I mean, because what we do is we have a feast beforehand,
Mhm.
and then um, the number one thing I learned, by the way, is because my friend Bonnie looked at me, and because I started eating, and also I looked over, and then she looked at me, and she's like, "No, no, no," and I just kind of and I just take my hand off, and then I put the food back on the plate, and then because you don't touch your food before the elder.
Oh,
And then all the women,
right.
And at the longhouse, the all the women are on one side and all the men are on the other side. Um, Interesting fact is that women can't actually, if they're if it's their time of the month, they can't go to these the pipe ceremonies because they're too powerful. They're too they're generating too much energy.
Hmm.
And anyway, like after we finish the feast, they kind of give you a bit of a bathroom and smoke break. Um, and then we all go in, and then like we all sit in the darkness. Well, and like they have a flashlight on, and then they nail the door shut and
Wow.
put a tarp over it so that you can so no light gets in.
No light gets in, right?
Yeah, and
And there
then what they do is, well, first
no cell
after,
phones.
yeah, that too. After the feast, the elder gives kind of like a speech, a sermon kind of thing, and then then they actually, his helpers, tie him up and roll him up into a burlap sack.
And then toss them
And
into the East River.
no, he just stays there. And then what we do is we start chanting and
Oh, you're serious?
uh, yeah, serious. And
Why do they do that?
because here's the basis of the pipe healing ceremony, and that is that what actually happens is his spirit leaves his body, and then other spirits, Muslims, those are passed on elders, they
Not
possess his
Muslims.
body.
Sorry, I thought you said Muslims.
No, Muslims, M
Muslims.
O Mossum. It's a word for passed on elders.
Never heard that before.
Oh yeah, well, and anyway, like yeah, they possess him, and then they, well, basically dispense wisdom and and help people out that need to be helped, because it's a pipe healing ceremony. And
So his head's not covered in the burlap sacks.
it is,
It is too. Okay.
yeah.
Huh.
And like I said, he's in there for probably up to 2 hours. And again, the whole reason why he's tied up is because that's another thing. I mean, his hands and feet are bound, and then they roll him in the burlap sack. Um, but the whole reason why is because um, the Muslims who have passed on, they basically, if he was not bound, conceivably they could escape and like get out into the world and basically come back from the dead, because they possessed his body. And there have actually been elders who have passed on because like their bodies just either couldn't handle it, or they just didn't make it back from the other side.
Do they
And
just do this once in their life, or some people do it more than once as an elder?
oh, no, no. For example, my friend Bonnie, her dad does it like all the time. Like
Oh,
probably every 3 or 4 months. And I'm gonna put up actually at least 2 or 3 ceremonies. Yeah, and then anyway, after all is said and done, and and then like because like some people get like personal advice passed on that that sometimes can be a little heavy, but like again,
mhm.
that's the whole point behind the pipe healing ceremony.
Well, yeah, it's
Uh,
it's an intense situation.
yeah, and then after that, they turn the lights on, and then they unroll him and untie him, and then he usually he's a medicine man, so he usually has like herbs for anybody who wants to purchase. Oh, and you also buy select these exact native prints that you buy at Fabricland or Fanny's Fabrics or wherever. And then you also offer tobacco or
I
cigarettes.
I did know. I did know the thing about tobacco. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a common offering on the East Coast where I grew up.
yeah, and but that's the basis of the ceremony.
Well, that's so. And how? So how? Like, is this on multiple nights? The pipe ceremony that you're sponsoring, or just on one night, Rod?
Oh no, it's just one night, like
Yeah, and
Saturday
it's
night.
not a short thing. It sounds like it goes on for a fair amount of time.
Oh yeah, it's a good 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, okay. So, all right, like a mushroom trip then. Wow. Okay. Well, not the same, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Good night, Kronos. Thank you for being here, but you need to sleep.
yeah,
I understand, my friend. Yeah, it's almost midnight here too, so I get it, and it's even later where Rod is, all the way
yeah.
in the
It's
next
twelve
province.
forty-five.
Yeah. Do you mind reading this, Sashi, if you can, or Sashi? Shit, Rod, can you read
Yeah,
Sashi, please?
yep. Sashi 4440 says, over here, 4x4 enthusiasts use their vehicles during floods to help people in flooded areas. Yeah, of course. Extended snorkels, or they all have snorkels and extended exhaust pipes. Yeah.
That makes sense with the flooding, Sashi, for sure. Yeah, the fall, it we don't get too much flooding in the fall here, but in the spring we sure do.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
Susan Boland has foxes and coyotes where she lives. Okay, and you can hear them at night. Yeah, we can hear them at night as well sometimes. Yeah, keep your cats inside at night, Susan, for sure.
yeah, but they're generally just howling at the moon or just howling for their
Mm,
because that's what they do at night.
yep. Letting it.
They're not
Hello,
they're not usually on
Parrot
the
Head.
hunt.
Hey, Parrot
Hey,
Head. Good to
Parrothead.
see you, my friend. Hey, thanks for sending me those wicked memes you sent me, my friend. Thank you for being here. Uh, oh, and do you mind reading this from our friend Sashi about monkeys?
Oh, Sashi 4440 says, I only have monkeys, water monitors, and civets.
Civets? I guess.
I think those are. I think they're either like sloth-like animals or might be
Yeah.
just different type monkeys. I'm not sure. Used to see a
Yeah.
wild
Like a
boar,
little
but haven't
tiny
seen them in
monkey
a year.
type. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sure. Let's go with that.
yeah. But yeah, no, the pipe healing ceremony is it's and it's funny. My friend Bonnie asked me why was I well, she said her dad asked me why was I putting up ceremony, and I just simply said, I mean, because I'm not asking for anything from the ceremony or anything. I mean, a lot of people do. When they come, they do ask for some sort of blessings or whatever. And my response was just simply, well, bless others and you will be blessed. And then she said he smiled and like he smiled big and he said that's exactly how ceremony is supposed to be put up.
Yep.
So
And is it usually individuals putting it up or a group of people or a family?
oh no, me. I put up
No,
several
but
grand. I'm
normally,
just
is it
gonna
is
say.
it normal for one person to put it up?
Yep. Yes it
Okay.
is.
Okay.
Because
Oh,
usually like for example, oh okay. That's what I thought. It's
so it is a
kind of like
mongoose.
a bigger mongoose. That's
It's
what I
not a monkey, but it starts with an M.
yeah. But yeah, no, I'm putting it up just because and I
Now,
want
does that
others
mean
to be.
you get to choose the food?
Uh I don't care. It's I mean because I've been there enough times and like really delicious stew, a lot of bannock, and then just usually like good treats like um just basically a big feast supper.
That's
So
awesome. And are the men and women separated then too?
Yep. Oh yeah. We start.
Okay.
We start. Each go on their respective sides.
Okay, right. In the hall.
Yeah.
Okay, Susan Dolan says they're called civets and are usually referred to as civet cats. They kind of look like a weasel-like cat. All
Oh.
right,
Okay. Hmm.
good to know. Yeah, I've heard of it. I just didn't know what it might look like, but I've definitely heard of it.
Yeah.
And now, Rod, has how often do they hold the pipe ceremony here at this place? Is it like a monthly thing, or certainly it wouldn't be a weekly thing? I wouldn't think.
No. It's probably about a monthly thing, I should say, because
Yeah.
like as I said, I got one coming up this Saturday, and then I'm going to put up a second one. Hopefully, it might be before the end of the year, but if it's in January, I'm not worried. Um, yeah, but no, I just want to put my good fortune out there.
Mm. And yeah, no, that's are you gonna? I mean, are you allowed to take pictures? Probably not of that sort of thing. It's probably a pretty personal type
Oh
thing.
no!
Yeah, yeah.
In fact,
They,
there's a story of a lady who a reporter tried to infiltrate an open ceremony. Open ceremonies are basically for everybody, which is what mine's going to be.
right. Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
some some sometimes they're just private ones too. I mean, sometimes it's just like immediate family, and then like
Uh-huh.
people who are close because the elder is basically helping somebody who's in the hospital or something like that. You know,
Okay. Yeah. So very personal reasons.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. So
Okay.
yeah, but
Yeah, I
no,
can
there's
understand.
one lady. One lady tried to sneak into an open ceremony, and she had a camera, and she was and recording, and then oof,
Yeah, it's not the sort of
my
thing you put on
my
TikTok, is it?
we're indigenous people can be rough. They no word of a lie. They actually pulled her spirit out and bounced it around for a while, and then threw it back in her, and then oh boy, did she leave.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she knew the rules, right? I mean, that's pretty obvious, I would think.
Yeah, cameras, recording devices are forbidden. It's not,
Yeah.
because that's not what the ceremony is about. And if you do try to, the elders of the Muslims will find out.
Mhm.
They just no. That's yeah.
Yeah. No, and I mean, it's more than rude. That's rude isn't the right word. But yeah, it's just more than a faux pas. It's just
Yeah.
you have no regard for the seriousness of it,
Well,
or
no respect for it. Yeah,
yeah, the
that's right.
emotional attachment that some people might have. Now, how many, if you don't mind me asking, Rod, how many pipes ceremonies or that type of thing have you been to? Do you think in your life?
I've been to 7.
Hmm. Okay, so
Yeah.
they are pretty rare. They are a big deal.
Yep. Yeah.
And do you have to wear something in particular, or just be
Yeah.
dressed up nice?
Women have to wear long skirts. Men are we're okay with whatever we can wear.
Okay, yeah, okay. I probably wouldn't be
Yeah.
wearing a Metallica shirt into. Well, maybe Metallica's pretty.
I've seen rock shirts in there, Def Leppard, and so like
Okay.
it's not really I mean in that case it's not like I mean it's like church, but it's not like church in that you don't have to like dress up to go.
Oh, okay. I got the wrong
The
impression then.
I mean the women do because but then like it's also because the women like wear their ribbon skirts.
Okay, I have seen. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
those. Susan Dolan in the chat says, YouTube has a lot of native dancing videos. My niece's youngest two actually did dance while they were younger. They
Nice.
don't anymore now. No, it's yeah, it takes a lot of dedication, and kids get busy with other things. And Sashi, do you mind or Sashi shit, Rod? Do you mind reading Sashi, please?
Yeah. One of the one of the most Sashi for 4440 says one of the most expensive coffees from Indonesia is one that has been digested by a civet. Civet? Kopi Luwak is what it's called. Huh. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard of things like that. Yeah, yeah, I've heard
I
before.
yeah. I have actually gotten to be a big fan of both Cuban coffee and Brazilian coffee.
Ooh, I don't think I mean, I had Cuban coffee when I was in Cuba. I'm not sure I've ever had Brazilian coffee, Rod. Yeah.
Brazilian coffee is, oh my god, it's to die for because it's tastes like coffee, but it also tastes fruity, and it's got all these other just tastes in it. And like I just drank it black. I love it that,
No kidding. Wow. Usually I'll
Yeah.
put a little bit of dairy in there, real dairy, but yeah, I could see if it's that I like black coffee. It's got flavor to it for sure.
Yeah.
Is it an Arabica, or is it something different, a blend,
Um
you know?
Both Cuban and Brazilian are their own brands. So I
Okay.
can't, I mean, because
Yeah.
Arabica is kind of more, in Africa and all
Yeah,
that, you
Middle
know.
East and that.
So,
Yeah.
so no, and that's why I say, I mean, uh, I I love them. But I'll say this though, I've recently become a big fan of mushroom coffee.
Right. Yeah, yeah, we talked about this before. I think you called it mud water.
Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah, no, I have heard of that. Yeah, a few people I know are into that, Rod. That's not an unusual thing. Susan Dolan says the civet cats can't digest the beans, so when they pass it, they grind it up into coffee bread. Right? They pass it whole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, obviously. Yeah.
yeah, and the cats can. The
Huh.
You don't have to go and pick the beans off the plants because the cats just eat them. All you got to do is get the cats to come back and poop in one place.
Yeah.
That's a
Huh.
good idea. Why not? Yeah, they do
Huh.
that with in India with goats that climb the acacia tree. The acacia is really thorny. I think it's the
Yeah.
acacia tree, and it's really quite thorny. And in order to get the acacia nuts, the same thing with goats. The goats eat the plants, and they pass the acacia nuts undigested, and the villagers collect them from
Yeah.
there. And I don't know what they make something with the acacia nuts. I don't know what it is. But yeah, triple washed, I hope, in battery acid, Miskatonic Madman. You're not kidding, my friend. But Rod, um, listen, it's just about midnight here, and I've got a lot on the go tomorrow. So
Oh, okay.
I don't
Okay.
think I can go much
Okay. No, no.
longer.
That's
And it's
fine.
even later where you are, isn't it? It's just about 1 o'clock.
Yeah. I just went and got my last couple twisted tea.
Now, can you still? Now the point of the stream was a little bit talking about fall. Because this is a magical time of year, man. This is
Yeah.
Christmas is coming up. We just had Thanksgiving, Canadian and American. The snow is coming. It's not freezing cold yet. Um, are you able to still go out and do your runs in the weather that's out there now? Because I've stopped running because it's just too cold, and now it's slippery out.
Oh, dude. Didn't you hear a couple years ago I ran in -50 weather?
I think you might have posted about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
No, I'm not
but I
gonna.
mean, like, I've been kind of taking a break, partly because I've been, a little sick, you know. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure if the beer has been completely helping, but like,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
still, I mean,
now's
it's
the month to tone it down and get more into the rum and eggnog.
yeah, yeah. And as I said, I'm going to help Dusty have a really good Christmas this year. And, I'm going to get a tree. I don't know if he has a tree. And if he doesn't, well, no, let's get one. And like,
Right. And I'm
you,
assuming you're meaning a real tree.
uh, uh, no, I have an affinity for, I grew up with just artificial trees because they're way less messy.
True, but I grew up with real trees, so I'm gonna have to go get a real tree, I think, next week.
Yeah.
Of,
And
of course,
that's
I might keep it out on the front porch though, Rod, so it won't actually be in the house. It'll be out on the deck.
Yeah, I think I think I told you right. My roommate got injured. He fell off a trailer, busted his
Oh
heels.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You did, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got a nice big long ramp out in the front yard. That well, it's kind of a C-shaped ramp, and
Okay.
but it's got two. The ramp has two handles. And like I was thinking, yeah, like get some um, rope lights, and then just wrap them around the
Yeah.
middle thing. And then plus, there's a neighbor right beside us, kind of a Ned Flandersy type. He's
Oh
he's
yeah.
he's got his yard like just like all completely dolled up, and like I'm like I want to outdo him.
Yeah, there's a few pretty. Yeah, we our neighborhood has a couple of people that have got all their decorations up already, and they've had them up for a while. And yeah, they're going pretty hardcore for sure. 12-ounce curls. I like that idea, Miskatonic Madman. And Malaysia's most famous coffee is uh, Ipoh white coffee, a light roast. Sashi, I do like a light roast. When I was in Panama, I did a coffee plantation tour, and anything more than a light roast, it just tastes burned to me. So I appreciate that. That's fantastic. But yeah, you know what, Rod? I want to say I want to say amongst the people I know, artificial trees might be more popular. Maybe.
Yeah, well, they're also a lot easier to set up. I mean, and like you just take the lights off and take the decorations off, and then
Mm-hmm.
just pull it apart, put it in the box, take it
Yep.
down to storage, and then you're ready for next year.
Yep. Well, yeah. But I mean, I do enjoy going out in the woods and cutting down a tree and bringing it home. And yeah, it does. It
Oh,
takes it's an effort and it takes time. Um, but
oh, I,
as long
oh,
as
I
you get
get it. I
rum and
mean,
eggnog,
everybody's
come on,
yeah.
it's a
I mean,
tradition.
everybody's got like that I mean like that the good memories of Christmas Vacation.
See, exactly, exactly. And oh yeah, yeah. That I love that movie. I'm gonna have to watch it soon. Susan Dolan
Yeah.
says we always had an artificial tree because her mom was allergic. And that's why she doesn't get one because she developed the allergy as well. Yeah, that's a thing up here for sure. Allergies in this climate are most definitely a thing with the trees.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
never
And
forget this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Rod.
oh, I was just going to say, my Christmas movies are, of course, all three Die Hards.
Of
The first
course.
three, not, even though the third one technically isn't really a Christmas one.
No,
Um,
but those three for sure.
yeah, Christmas Vacation, and another one. A lot of people don't realize this. It kind of slips under the radar for them. Enemy of the State with Will Smith.
Ooh, yes, and Gene Hackman.
Yeah, because
That's yeah,
because like the inciting incident where he gets slipped the toy that has the disc,
right,
and he's shopping for Christmas presents
right.
for the
He
wife.
is. That's
So
right.
like
That's right.
so yeah, it's another Christmas movie.
It would never have happened had he not been doing a Christmas activity.
Yeah, it can't. That's right. It can't be. It couldn't have been. It had to be in Christmas.
Bad Santa is a holiday classic. You know what? I would agree with that, Miskatonic
Oh,
Badman. I
yes,
would
totally.
I would agree with that. The best time well, I don't know about the best, but certainly one of the most memorable Christmas tree uh, getting adventure stories that I can think of. I was living in Whistler Ski Resort, and my two brothers and sister were all living in this rental share house, this 6 bedroom place. Uh, and We were all living there. We had moved there independently and just all ended up at Christmas together. And on I remember it was the 23rd of December. So it wasn't quite Christmas Eve, but it was the 23rd of December. We still didn't have a tree. And so me and my youngest brother and one of our best friends went driving around
Yeah,
Whistler, up the forest roads, looking for a Christmas tree, looking for a Christmas tree.
yeah.
And we find could not find we were out there for an hour and a half, could not find a decent tree. So we're coming back. There was 9 people living in the house, all from Fredericton, actually, including their girlfriends. And we're coming back to the subdivision Alpine. It's Alpine in north of Whistler Village. And we were pulling into the subdivision, and wouldn't you know it, Rod, there were that's where the mailboxes for the whole subdivision is. You got to come
Mm,
down to the highway to
yeah.
the mailboxes, but they plant perfectly perfect trees all along around the mailboxes, these 12-foot tall
Oh, wow.
Christmas trees that are planted there. And it was the snow at this, it's Whistler Ski Resort, so the snow was 3-4 feet deep. And so we all see, pulling into the subdivision, we all see, holy shit, there's the tree right there beside the mailboxes. So we park the pickup truck. Our buddy gets out and pretends to be checking the mail. So my brother and I hop into the snow and down the embankment and in the tree well, and like we're in the tree well. It snows up around us, and we cut it with an axe. That's all we had, the axe. We didn't have any power tools, so we're cutting with an axe, and the tree goes over, and it's like right in view of the highway. And we fall it, the Whistler bus comes around full of skiers and full of people, comes around the corner in the highway. So we grab the tree and crouch down. We're holding this tree up like nothing's happening as the bus goes by on the highway. And then it passes, and we grab the tree and throw it into the back of the truck. And we drive up into the subdivision to our house, and it goes up over the outside balcony and straight in through the sliding glass doors, and we decorate that fucker in with everything we have just to make it look like it's always been there. We decorate that fucker in about 10 minutes. And the next day in the daylight, you drive by and there's like a missing tree out of this row of beautiful, perfect trees by the mailboxes. And the gap was there the whole winter. They replaced it in the spring, but that was the most fun we ever got having Christmas trees. And
Oh, that's hilarious.
there was lots of rum and eggnog that day, let me tell you. Ooh, Trading Places is, yes, with Dan Aykroyd. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
And The Ref is another good one.
Yep. Yeah, that's got one of my favorite comedians,
Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him for sure. But Rod, when are you gonna you haven't got the tree up already, have you?
No, actually.
Yeah. When do you think you're gonna do that? Do you usually wait? Because I don't know. It's still like, if you put it up now, it's still like a month almost of I like to have it special. I only put it up for maybe 3 weeks or 2 weeks.
Might be no, definitely. I mean, like, might even be by the end of the week. I mean, because, well, let's face it, I like Christmas trees up, but, I even like them up in November. Also another thing, little known, little known fact, people always, some politically correct-minded idiots would always they're like, don't put your Christmas tree up before Remembrance Day, and but you talk to any veteran, and loved seeing Christmas trees up at around November 11th, and the reason why is because it brought them good memories of the war, because there's so many horrors of war, and then just to suddenly like have like Christmas, and then like they'd even put it up early, you know, before November 11th, like in November. So like the Christmas trees give them really, really good memories. So
David Jones agrees with you. Hello, David Jones. He says, "Yep,
yeah,
yeah."
thanks, man.
Well, yeah, the tree's out in the shed, and I've got to shovel snow to get to it now. But maybe maybe 2 weeks before Christmas, I will do. It'll take me that long to get out there.
Like I
But
said, I'm going to
anyway,
probably try and get one up by the end of the week.
do you know what I am looking forward to, Rod? Is speaking of Die Hard and Christmas movies. I have a little. It's just plastic, and it's not very. It's not perfect, but it's a little plastic version of Hans Gruber falling with the gun in his hand from Knuckles.
Oh yeah, oh my God, yeah. I was shopping for that. I mean, now that I can afford it, hopefully I can find it. But yeah, no, like, well,
Yep.
not only that, but the tower is actually a calendar, so it counts down to Christmas.
That's wow. Yeah, I haven't. I know that one. Yeah, no, I have a small. But yeah,
Oh,
I've
okay.
also seen the holiday calendar.
That was a
That
DVD set.
yes, that I don't have that, but whoo, that would be awesome. And I know that's a couple $100, I think. All right, good night,
Yeah,
Sashi. Sashi has to go cut some
yeah. Have a good night,
prescription
Sashi.
lenses into some safety glasses.
Glad to see you.
They can only be cut manually due an unequal bevel. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Well, good night, Sashi. And yeah, it is past midnight here, and it's even later for Rod. So I want
Yeah,
to say thank you all for being here very much. And
yeah.
yeah, I'm looking forward to the winter season, as long as it's not too cold. But this time, I do love this time of year, Rod. Getting out and having bonfires, and it's not freezing cold yet, and you can still, you can still have a wonderful time in the fall, even though it's not bikini season. But I love fall,
Yeah.
and it's a good time of year.
I love the fact that I don't have to go to work.
That is awesome, Rod. Congratulations, my friend. Awesome.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right,
It's
everybody.
funny, but I mean, like, I love my parents, but I mean, like, I never really did get married, and like, well, uh, and now I'm actually really happy to not be married, because then I'm not spending money on anybody else but me. So,
You, yeah,
well,
but
and,
hey,
and my roommates, but
you got it. No, I hear that. Yeah.
yeah.
Plus, I don't have the patience to. Yeah, I don't have the patience to to worry about anyone but myself. You guys
Oh
take
yeah,
care.
totally.
Spidey, have you done the pemmican recipe yet for deer? No, I have not, but I have a whole bunch of deer in the refrigerator that I need to do something with. So thank you for reminding me of that, Susan. I'm going to copy that right now because I've got another tab where I have that recipe open. That is an excellent idea. So I'm going to make spaghetti with some of it and some roasts. But that is a great idea. Thank you for reminding me. But anyway, thanks for being here, everybody. Rod has gone to bed, and I'm gonna go to bed as well. Have a good night, everyone, and enjoy the fall while you can.
Fucking back button. Goof.
That'll happen. All right. Good night, everyone.
Right. Have a good night, folks. See ya.